There was one more thing I wanted to ask you about before I don't want to take up all your time. I don't know if it's still a sensitive.
Oh, good.
I'm
a little nervous.
I know. I don't know if it's
stepping on the line in Beijing in 08.
I want to ask about it. I was there. No, was I there? I wasn't there. But I was watching. I can't even imagine, man, how I don't know if it's still, that's why I was like, man, I don't know if it's still a tender subject.
You're good. If I'm still sensitive about that, then I'm not living right. Like I'm not that licensed.
I know, but sometimes you never know with people. Like sometimes that one thing you might have started crying and everything, bro.
For the people who don't know at home,
nah.
Can you tell the story?
Yes. So
2008, once again, boats come out party. And we're in the Beijing Finals, and I finished the race. I was in third place. I get about 350 meters into a victory lap, and Usain Bolt's agent, Ricky Sims, runs down to the stairs, and he's like, Wallace. I'm like, what's up, Ricky? And he's like, you were disqualified. And I'm like, who? And you can go watch this on the replays as well. Mm-hmm. He said, you're disqualified. And I was like, who? He's like, me. And he says, look up at the screen. And I look up at the screen, and it says DQ. And like my soul left my body at that moment. Like in my mind, Tashawn Crawford came out and he was like, man, this is bull crap. He's like, I don't want this. He's like, no, you got it. In my mind, I folded the flag neatly and handed it to him. But in reality, I balled the flag up and threw it at him and got death threats and everything for it. So, but right, went to the protest room, and the Team USA coaches are there. And once again, like I'm gonna be grown and an adult right now. I'm not gonna use any names, but the head coach is there, and they show me this picture, and it's like this big. And they're like, look, you're disqualified. You stepped on the line. I was like, man, look, y'all gonna have to take me to jail or whoop me. But if you think you about to disqualify me for this little bitty grainy picture, I was like, man, I'm about to fight everybody in here. Like, it's about this. No way. I was like, if I did it, I did it. Like, I'll take responsibility for my fault. But y'all not gonna DQ me off this? There's no way. So then finally, like, they came in and they showed this video, and like I like took everything in me not to cry. And I remember the head coach was like, hey, well, if you're going to DQ my guy for stepping on the line, you need to DQ Randy, because look at him. He's all the way in another lane. And he's like, and we need to get second and third. And I looked at him, and like I felt so betrayed at that moment. I was like, bro, you supposed to be in here fighting for me, and you going to DQ, like, me and Randy are cool. I was like, you're going to DQ my boy and try to get second and third? I was like, that's lame. And I looked at my agent, and I was like, this is what you get paid for, handle it. And I walked out. And the only reason, like, I was aggressive right then, like, as a male at that time, like, I was taught not to show emotion and not to cry. So I knew I was about to bawl. So I remember, like, I started crying, and NBC cameras came up, and I was like, man, get out my face. And they, like, still recording, and I walked to the back. And at that time, I had left Lance Brahman, my coach, but, like, he walked up to me, and he just grabbed me, and like, I never cried like that in my life. Like, I was hurt. And it was to the point where, like, I already knew. I had never told this story. Once again, like, no excuses, either get it done or don't. But I knew before that race, I had torn cartilage in my knee, and I had a broke bone. So I felt like like, my mom was there. Like, I let my family down. I felt like I let the doctors down because, I mean, I was getting rehab. Wake up 6:30 a.m., go eat breakfast. At 7 o'clock, I'm in rehab. And I mean, from 7 a.m. to 9, 10, 11 p.m. doing whatever. And that's like a month straight, trying to run. I wasn't giving up my spot. Like, I was going to run. And then for that to happen, I'm like, you know, I was just speechless. So for me, like, I've never been so hurt in my life. Like, I've never been so disappointed. And at the end of the day, like, still to this day, like, I'll tell kids about that are coming up. Like, man, like, anything can happen in the sport. Like, you can have good and you can have bad, and you can have good and bad in the same meet. I literally just found a picture online of, like, that meet, and it's me with the flag, like, celebrating. And I got criticized then too because Bolt broke the world record. Like I said, that's my boy. And I was more happy for him than myself. And there's a picture of me, like, picking Bolt up and celebrating. And I was like, bro, you did it. Yeah. And I'm waving the flag. I'm excited. And then it's like, it's just gone. So I went from, like, in 7th grade, I had a teacher. And we had an assignment. And she said, what do you want to do when you grow up? Who do you want to be? And I said, I want to be an Olympian. And she failed me for that paper and was like, choose something more realistic. Now, rest in peace now. She got into an accident and passed away, but she ended up being my college coach's wife.
Oh,
My
wow.
long jump college coach's wife. And I mean, so like for me, it was, I'll be honest with you all, it's one thing to say you're an Olympian, and you all know this as well. It's another thing to say you're an Olympic medalist. Like that's just, whether you like it or not, like there's tiers of our sport. And that's why, like, I always tell people, oh, you're a big dog, Wallace, you did this and you did that. And I'm like, I got the same amount of Olympic medals you do, or anybody else off the streets.